Hi. So let us discuss about this mystery object in Fortinet Firewall. So let me explain about the topology. I'm just trying to replicate the production topology with the simple configurations. So if you see, we have two firewalls. Checkpoint is external firewall, which is connected to internet. Then we have a internet firewall, which is Fortinet vendor. Okay, and the Windows server is connected behind Fortinet firewall in the inside network. Okay, so in this example, I'm just trying to simulate the communication from this application server towards cloud. Okay, so this particular application is configured okay, to talk to cloud IPs. Okay, so we got the list of IPs from the application team which we have allowed on Fortinet and Checkpoint firewall to reach towards the cloud. Okay, so when this application tries, when they try to run the application, the destinations it will try to reach from the from the traffic passing from Fortinet checkpoint and then towards cloud. Okay, so let me open up this application and let me simulate. So okay, they have run the application. Now it will try to reach the destinations which are configured on the firewall to go outside over the cloud. So let me show you the policies also in Fortinet. So this is the server 10.10.10.2 the source IP, and it will these are the destinations which we received from the application team, over which it talks on the cloud for the application to work correctly. Okay, so if I show you policies on checkpoint, also same policies replicated with the source IP 10.10.10.2, and these four destinations are allowed to go out over internet. So in this example, I'm just putting limited hosts. In actual production, there were around 20-30 IPs which were given to us, and we had open the access on internal as well as external firewall. Okay, now this when these guys were testing their application, it was not getting successfully connected to the cloud. So we went into a troubleshooting call, and when we were checking the logs from this particular machine, so let me show you the logs also. So yeah, so let us check first on the internal firewall. Okay, so let me refresh. Okay, 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 so if you see, the host has 10.10.2 has tried to reach these destinations. Like if you see, this is my previous testing, so these are the latest logs: 18.160, 20.20, 48.47, 121.12. All this traffic is allowed by Fortinet firewall. Okay, by the policy which we have configured 10.10.10.2 internet access. Okay, and same when we check logs on the checkpoint. Let me refresh it. If you see, okay, let me. Yep. If you see these all same four destinations, we also see in Fortinet. The 18, 20, 48 and 128, 121, which is allowed by Fortinet firewall. On checkpoint firewall, if you see, 18 was allowed, 20 allowed, 48 is allowed. But if you see this 121.12.12.86, this is getting denied on checkpoint firewall. Okay, so let me show you again. Yeah, so on Fortinet, all four destinations are allowed. Okay, and on checkpoint, these three destinations are allowed, but 121, 112.12.86 is getting denied by the cleanup rule. Okay, so we went back to policies to verify the configuration. If you see the policies both on the Fortinet and checkpoint, if you see exact same policies are configured. 10 10 10 to its source, 18 20 30 48 are four destinations. In checkpoint also 10.10 is the source, and 20 30 48 18 are the destinations. But if you recall the logs, let me open up again. The application tried to reach four destinations. Okay, 18 20 48 and 121, which are all allowed in Fortinet, but in checkpoint 121 was denied. But if you go back to policies, 121 is nowhere called in the policy. Okay, 18, 20, 30, 48, and last after this is only one policy. Okay, and then implicit deny. Similar in checkpoint also, for destinations are there, and deny rule is there. So how 121 traffic towards 121 was allowed in Fortinet, but not on the checkpoint? So checkpoint, this particular firewall, you can say it's working correctly, but how Fortinet is allowing traffic towards 121 though it is not in the destination list? Okay, so I was also confused. So actually, here only four subnets are there, but in actual production there were around 20-30 subnets. We tried to search let me, yeah. So we tried to search that particular IP address in the configuration, but it is nowhere configured. So it took some time. So what I did, I searched, I opened up the objects which are configured. If you see this object 484700, if you see the IP address inside this address is configured as 0.0.0.0. So someone has done the manual mistake. So it's a manual error. Okay, so because in Fortinet, when you try to create a address or address group, by default in the IP field there would be a default 0000. That means all the traffic, all the IP addresses. So if you are creating so sometime maybe while creating the different objects, multiple objects, someone has forgot to update this field and click OK, and that particular IP address got configured with the all IP addresses, and that is the reason traffic towards 121 was passing, because this particular object is called in the policy. If you see this 48, 48, if you see inside this 00, all subnet is called. So this is manual mistake. So that's the reason we call it as a mystery object, because if we see from the naming or the configuration, it's 4047, but it's allowing all the IP addresses behind. Okay, so care should be taken while creating object in the Fortinet, because by default it will be a 000 field populated. You have to update to the correct IP addresses. In checkpoint, it's not like that. When you create an object on network, there will be blank, and you have to put the respective IP address to create object. So that's the reason we call this as a mystery object, which is a manual error basically. Okay, so be cautious if you are defining objects manually in Fortinet. Interestingly, this particular issue has been fixed in the newer version. So let me show you. This is 7.05 version. So the scenario which I discussed is of 6.4.4, which is older version than the current running version. In current version, I'll show you. If I try to define object, let's say test object with IP address 90.90.90.1, and let's say I forgot to update this field and click OK. It won't get created. You will get a confirmation window saying that the IP network mask is set to 00, which will be match all IP addresses. You want to continue. Unless and until you confirm OK, the object won't be created. But this particular thing was not there in the earlier version. If you forget to update this field and click OK, object will get created. So the actual object will have all IP addresses inside it. If you don't update it manually, if you don't update it correctly while defining it manually. Yeah, how's the video? So such videos I'll be posting. I will also request all viewers to put questions or any suggestions which we can discuss in this channel. Thank you for watching.